Hello everyone and welcome back to Pokemon Firered. This is our part 7 and I'm sorry for the late upload, but I'll be uploading it today, so don't you worry. We just got him outmoved. So these two guys, they teach Mega Kick and Mega Punch, and I'm going to teach him to our Mankey because he's mainly fighting special oriented. And so while he's not really going to help us with any ghost types, I don't want him to keep using fighting moves on things that aren't super affected by it, like bug and poison and etc. So I can kind of use this to make up for that. It still won't be as powerful because of stab, but that's why we're going to be teaching him these moves. So yeah, I hope that's kind of why I did this and talked with these guys. But we're kind of picking up right where we left off from Mount Moon. So, yeah, with this one, I think, I'm trying to think, we might be high enough to take on Misty, but I think I might just do the Bill thing because it's quick, we get the pass, and then we can deal with the robber, and then we can do Misty stuff, and then we can go on to the third gym, so yeah. And this is why I don't kind of speed this, is, see, there's a TM I don't like, but a TM there, and then we have a girl up there, and then, ooh, I wonder what's over there. So for those of you who don't know, over on that side is a really cool cave that we'll actually be visiting probably in the second or the final episode, second to last final episode, because that cave has a legendary Pokemon in it. So yeah, it's called Cerulean Cave, and it's kind of like the last grand thing you can do in this game. But yeah, so this episode we're gonna kind of tackle, I believe, the bridge, because I think the bridge is a good way to grind up for Misty, because the first gym you really have to grind by attacking Pokemon in the grass, but for this one, grinding really is just trainers, and that's going to be for most of these gym battles until, ooh, hang on. Yo, Recon Stock 64, you still struggling along back here? I'm doing great. I caught a bunch of Pokemon. Here, let me see what you caught, Recon 64. Sorry. So we're going to be battling Blue, our rival, who, one of my favorite rivals. I would say my favorite rival has to be, don't know. So, I'd have to say my favorite rivals between May and Brendan, depending on who you choose. Nimona, who's like the new rival of the new generation. And I gotta also give it up to Hugh from Pokemon Black and White 2. I really enjoyed him. And, of course, in the next game, Silver, I mean, I think he's one of the coolest rivals, especially for something you're going to learn in the next video. So, yeah, next playthrough, sorry. But yeah, so we're going to do some heal stalling because Charmeleon decides to miss his freaking embers. And yeah, I know, like, we got sand attacked, I believe, and that's why you missed it. But, like, sometimes I feel like if you get hit by it once, it shouldn't just make you, like, lose all ability to hit things. And with Pikachu, we have Stab and the ability to take out the Squirtle despite its 2 levels. And so, yeah, one thing I also wanted to talk about, because as I said a few episodes ago, I just started getting into, like, more Pokemon knowledge and know-how. Levels also, that's why if you watch, like, a lot of people, they tend to do this thing called level capping, where they will not level past a certain level like we've been doing, is because the game is based on a curve, okay? The higher level you are, the more easy it is to take out, you know, Pokemon, which, if you've ever played an RPG, the higher level you are, the easier it is to take out. I mean, when I played Skyrim for the first time, I did everything, so I got to level 100, and then I fought Alduin. And so, like, my friends were like, dude, I was, like, barely level 15 or 25 when I fought him. It was so difficult. I walked up to him, and it was an annoying fight because he had to, like, get him out of the sky, but I was able to beat him easier than most of my friends. So like that's the thing with Pokemon. It's like any RPG, the higher level you are, the more broken you are, and so in Pokemon especially level matters because like example, when I first played hey, guess what? I went to Bill's and got him to show me his Pokemon. They added a lot to pages to my Pokemon. After all, Bill's world famous as the Pokemon Maniac. He invented the Pokemon storage system, the PC, too. Since you're using his system, you should go thank him. Well, I better get rolling. Smell you later. So yeah, Bill is actually... Okay. Oh yeah, right. I feel sorry for you. No, really. You're always paddling behind me. Okay, so here, I'll give you a little fame. Oh my god. Yeah, you can check fame. A chatty gossip like you, that's perfect. I don't need it because I don't have a hoot about who think. Alright, let's be ass blue. You give so much thought of what people think. We're gonna go, yeah, but we got the fame checker. So like example, when I first played Pokemon Diamond, my cousins got an AR Max for Christmas. AR Max is the cheating thing, and so this was before like you know, you could do this online, so you'd pop it in and you would kind of be able to cheat things into your game. So, you know, I was at the Elite Four and I was complaining because, you know, I leveled Infernape to 80 and all my other Pokemon were weak. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have them cheat in rare candies. Now, I wish I could go up to, how old was I? 10-year-old me, because they came out in 2008. I wish I could go up to 10-year-old me and be like, dude, read this guy. We would call this the Nugget Bridge. Beat 5 trainers and you get a prize. Think you got it, what it takes? Yeah, as you can see, I've played this game so much that like I speed through it, but I can still read it because I've had to play this game 20 different times now. Like, I love Gen 3. Be it Pokemon Leaf Green or Fire Red, or Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Anyways, back onto the topic. So I was like, hey, I'm just going to use these rare candies to level up all Pokemon in my party to 100. I wish I could go back to young me and be like, hey dude, wait, before you even think about doing that, maybe level every Pokemon in your Pokédex to their final evolution, so you can see what they look like and then pick them. Because when I was a kid, as most kids do, I picked them based on what they looked like or the moves they used. So I remember I had Infernape, Dialga, you say Dialga, I say Dialga. So Dialga, Staraptor, Lucario, and I think I had, I'm gonna say Gyarados and possibly Floatzel in my party, and so I max leveled them, and then I went to beat the Elite Four. Time to switch us to Pidgey. I'm gonna start doing I'm gonna try it for this one. My normal thing I do nowadays is instead of leveling everyone up to level 2 or 2 levels, I level up level 4 to 4. I'm second now. It's serious. I level them up to 4 levels because 4 is my lucky number. So anytime I can include 4 in my playstyle, I try to use it. And so I level them up every 4 levels, and then I switch because it's not as big a gap. And I feel like 2 is just too quick, so I might try doing 4 levels here. If I switch back to 2, that's just because this is an older game and I started leveling like every level 2 in Black and White 2. When I finally said, whoa, maybe leveling up my starter isn't the best idea. So yes, it took me until 2012 after starting Pokemon in 2004. So it took me 8 years of my life to finally say, maybe leveling everyone in my party is better than leveling 1. And I am not ashamed to admit that. I mean, I was 14, so still young enough to learn. And yeah, and so from there, I learned about special attack and attack. If they have an attack, if they're an attacker, do I use this and that? Here's number 3. I won't be easy. Right. And so as I went along, and even to this day, like I'm turning 25 soon, I'm still learning new things by watching people. Like these Nuzlockers, they amaze me because I think I'm pretty solid at the game. I wouldn't say I'm the best at any reason. People who like do the tournaments and stuff amaze me, but like every time I watch them or the Pokemon Nuzlockers, I'm just like, man, that is a really smart way to play. And I get they're playing it because of the certain way they're. Yeah, I know this is probably gonna. Yep. I was hoping that we would either get a high roll or a crit, but we'll just toss out Magikarp because the cool thing about Magikarp, once you get to level 15, you get tackle. So now I can just tackle things. So I might still just off video train this guy because it gets annoying still. Tackle is not the greatest move, and there's no stab because we're a pure water type at the moment, so. Yeah. But yeah, so I've been learning a lot, and so I hope these videos are entertaining, and I can impart some of the wisdom I've learned from others. As always, like, I appreciate you guys watching these videos, and I hope they're entertaining because I love Pokemon. I love chatting with you guys about it. So back onto my rant about like red candies and stuff. So like nowadays, especially in the new ones, when I have the candies, because instead of rare candies, which you still can get, the whole thing is these XP candies they added in Sword and Shield. I'm sure most of you know that if you're a Pokemon fan, and you can use them to level up Pokemon because they'll give them a set amount of XP. I believe the little ones give you 200 to 400, then the medium give you like 400 to 6, the large give you like 6 to 8, and then the extra large give you like 8 to 1,000. And so nowadays I will either look up what level the Pokemon evolves, or what I will do is I will feed it candies until it evolves and then go on to the next Pokemon. I'm number 4. Getting tired? No, I just went to the Pokemon Center. Thank you. And so this way, this helps me complete the Pokédex because when I was a kid, you know, like I said, AR Max, cheats. I just cheated in the complete Pokédex in Diamond and Pearl. Sad to say, I didn't finish it in Brilliant Diamond, but to be fair to that, a few months later, we got Scarlet and Violet, so I was more like, okay, I'm going to play this until I can go buy them, because Scarlet and Violet, yeah, the new Pokemon games, I will not be the first or last to tell you, Pokemon is kind of gotten anymore lately to me. Sometimes I'm just like, do I really want to buy the game because they're not that great? And then I'm like, yeah, I'll probably buy it because I've been playing since 2004. What, I'm going to stop now? But Scarlet and Violet was the first time I went, ooh, this feels really cool. I like what they're doing. The story is intriguing. The champion's cool. Your rival is the champion, which is cool. I love Pomona. She's like one of my top favorite champions, as you heard, and / top favorite rivals. And then also, I just like, I know the game has been out for a year, I feel like. It's been out for a year, right? Yeah. I'll say it's fudge. Okay. Well, that sucks. But yeah, we'll just throw in Magikarp, and he or she will get some free. Ow. Misclick. Ooh. Okay. Honestly, as a kid, I thought Splash, if you had him in water, would deal damage because, hear me out. It makes sense it doesn't do anything on land. You're just flopping on the ground. But if you're in water, like surfing, Splash should deal damage, am I right? Like, who else feels like that? That was one of my biggest peeves when I was younger, and even to this day, it's like, yes, I get Splash is the notorious, it does nothing, but if you're in the water, it should do something. So, oh, so back on my rant. Yeah, and so I really loved it, and then I know it's been out for a year. Nearly a year. Next November it'll be a year. But there's like the plot twist of who the leader of Team Star was. I knew who the villainous team leader was because I like to free write, so I kind of am able to, like, in storytelling, if you look at it enough and it's simple enough. Not saying that simple is bad. Simple can be great. No offense to whoever's listening, especially you, Nintendo, if you're watching this video, but oh no. Okay. I'm number 5. What's that mean? But the minute that I was playing the game and I saw one of the people who go with you, I'm like, okay, it can't be this person because they're doing this and we know that they're this. So it would make no sense of why they're associated with the team. It can't be this person because, oh yeah, see. Yes. I even as I'm talking, I saw the damage. I was like, quick attack. Which, by the way, dual typing, so it's stab. Cool thing about Pidgeotto and Firo is that they're both dual typed. So no matter what I use, it's stab. So that's what's cool. But yeah, filling him up. We're about to face someone. Congratulations, you are 5 contest trainers. You earned a prize. We got a nugget from the Nugget Bridge. By the way, how would you like to join Team Rocket? We're a group of professional Pokemon trainers. Are you sure? You want to join? Are you sure? Come on, join us. I'll make an offer you can't refuse. So a lot of that mumble jumble was just like, hey, we're Team Rocket. You're an amazing trainer, so we're gonna ask you to join. You don't join, so we're gonna peer pressure you into joining. And sadly for him, we can't be peer pressured, guys, because we have an awesome team. Even then, like, we would just kick his butt. Anyways, so yeah, and so I knew who the leader of Team Star was. Like, even my 2 friends who were playing at the same time, I was like, hey, do you know who the leader of Team Star is? And they're like, it's this person. I'm like, no, it's that person. And they're like, wait. Oh, that makes sense. I'm like, yeah, because it's the only person who could be because of the way they entered, the timing, everything. So from like that point, as someone who likes to free write, I was like, okay, I know exactly where you're going with this. And then the plot twist at the end of who like the main villain in quotation marks I put was, which is brilliantly done in my opinion. And yeah, would writers call that a predictable? Would writers call that a predictable outcome? Of course, but like I said, just because something's predictable or simple, I myself do not see that as wrong, because some of the most simple cliches we love, they're everywhere, and yet we still watch them. So personally, I think as long as the cliche works and that you don't rely on it, and it's more of like, I'm gonna use this here and there, but it's not gonna be my like clutch. I think it works. I mean, look at these games, right? Pokemon's story has never been really that complex. There's some games that have got really complex stories, like Mystery Dungeon, the Pokemon Ranger series, some of the newer games before Scarlet and stuff had complex stories. That stuff, right, you know, that's Pokemon gets complex there, but most of the stories have been simple. I mean, this story is you're a kid who grew up in a world where Pokemon masters are the norm, and you're just going to like become a Pokemon master. I saw your feet from the grass. Oh, so you saw me beat all those people. Great. And you still want to fight? Well, I called that determination, Cameron. But yeah, so, like even in this, right? You know, you're a kid, and you just turn 10, you're going to go walk in the long grass. Find out you can't relieve the long grass because of Pokemon. You get taken back by this weird guy to his laboratory, and he goes, hey, I'm the Pokemon professor. This is my grandson. If you want to go out into the world, you need a Pokemon with you. Go ahead and choose one if you agree to help me. So you choose your favorite starter, you go out in the world, and your whole thing is to complete the decks, and then as you learn, as you can traverse, is to beat the different gyms, as Blue tells you. So you go around the entire map, you beat all the gyms, you go beat the Elite Four, and you're named champion. Very simple story that we love. And you know, the story continues, and then as time goes on, the story gets a little more complex. And then, like, one of the most complex Pokemon stories I feel is like Pokemon Black and White, is because they do the similar mode, but they take a twist with the villains and stuff. And then you can see from that how that twist translates to every other game after. How in Generation 6 they do a twist, in 7 there's a twist, right? And the twist is very much, it's similar to Black, but 6 and 7's twist are pretty much the exact same. Same as with 8 is where, you know, excess, so like, A, so let's do like, so point A, you meet this person. Point B, they're said in the community to be a great person. Everyone loves this person. Point C, you go through some stuff and find out that the person's area that they work at is not quite the best. Point D, oh, that person really was a a-hole and a villain. And so they've been doing that since Gen 6, so X and Y, because Black and White, it was more of like, villain is not as villainous as you think, more that influenced by father figure's true will. Which makes sense, a lot of villains have that person who are controlling them, and then when that person no longer controls them, that person who was doing the controlling is like, how could you do this? I took care of you, yada yada yada. Now I'm gonna do this and get back at all of you. And so, yeah. So, but like with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they did new twists, and I love them for it. Because, like I said, just because the story is simple doesn't mean you can't enjoy the story. I mean, look at a lot of the children's books we read, you know, simple stories, we all love them. Ooh, trying to catch us in Abra. So I don't know quite if I'm going to use this, because Kadabra's awesome, and if I can get an Alakazam especially in this game, freaking great. However, I don't quite know. I like Abra. I will decide. If we decide to use it, you'll probably see it after I've trained it to a Kadabra, because all it will know is teleport. It isn't like catching a Ralts in Emerald where you get teleport and confusion. I just go down from Mountain Moon. Oh, I didn't read the note, sorry. Yeah, so, okay. Kick your butt, the guy who just got down from there. But yeah, so if we do end up using an Abra, it'll be cool. But as you can see, like I said, this episode, we're gonna bypass fighting Misty and just kind of go and say hi to Bill and probably take care of the burglar. Because, so to confess, I still think there might be Magnemite down there. I know last episode I said there isn't, but I looked up some things that says there might be Magnemite down early. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to head down there. Don't worry, whatever happens, I will not save. But I head down there, run in the grass, and if I cannot find Magnemite, I'm just gonna be like, nope. Whatever happened is null and void. There's no reason to go down here. I don't want you guys to see it because, you know, like it would be like someone who writes a page then ripping that page and being like, this is no longer in my story, you know? Because that would be like, okay, so you're reading this and like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, there's nothing left after this because they didn't continue this arc. So, you worked hard. Yeah, we've been working hard. You can ask my audience. We've been grinding, and we have our first gym badge, so we're pretty impressed by it. Yeah, I think as long as we don't fight the other flippin' hiker. Okay, so we have Caterpie. I'm gonna see if we can find anything, which, ironically, is there anything up here besides Abra? Look at that, yes there is. Hello, Oddish. Not that I plan on using you, but it's always good to catch Pokemon because, as I said, I don't know if it was 6 or 5, because this is part 7. You have to have at least 11 species of Pokemon to get Flash, and there's some things I might want and you need a certain amount of Pokemon to get it. Okay. Goes Herb. Stay in the ball, Oddish. Let's not freaking play this game. 1, 2, 3, click. And yes, I did say click. That's what I would say as a kid. Whenever I threw a Pokeball, I'd be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, click. And if it clicked, I'd be like, yes, I got the Pokemon. If it didn't, I'd be like, son of a gun. And so, because Oddish poisoned us, what I'm going to do is we're going to run back to the Pokemon Center, and I think we're going to end it here. Because we just have to take on those trainers, get to Bill, and then take on the bandit who stole something, and then get to Misty. So, we're going to end this episode here, and it will be continued in part 8. I hope all of you enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like and a subscribe if you did. And yeah, I don't have any questions for this video. It's the same as the last video. But I just want to wish you guys a great morning, evening, dawn, night, wherever you're at. And I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.